Hello, my name is James Hackett, and I have high-functioning autism, also is known as Asperger syndrome. Of all of you guys watch this, I'm sure you might have Asperger's or know someone that has Asperger's. And as a person with Asperger's, many of which may include people that are living with their parents or not yet ready to live on their own yet and live an independent life. If you're one of those people who have not lived an independent life yet, I'm sure a lot of you might be wishing you were, or are scared to live an independent life, but deep down wish you could, because you'd have more freedom, more alone time, and do whatever you want to do, and have your own responsibilities, and that would make you feel good. Well, right now I currently live an independent life, and it took a lot of work to get to this point, and I've learned a lot, and I would like to share what I learned to help me be prepared to live an independent life as I do now. One important thing I've learned in order to be independent is learning different things that you do at an independent life, like if you're living at your own house, and learn these skills now, so then when you're ready to live independently, you can do it successfully. A lot of these things include skills that would require living at a house, and I will discuss these. One thing is good to do with learning independently living is learning how to use basic household appliances. It's good to learn how to operate the stove, operate the washing machine, learn how to make coffee if you need to, and learn how to work with your toilet if it gets plugged up, like use a plunger, and even fix basic things that might break. It's good to learn how to use these now, like learn how to use the washing machine, dishwasher, learn how to use household appliances now, so that way you'll know how to use them fluently later. It is also good to learn how to cook basic food. Maybe if you're living with your parents, I would recommend learn to cook a couple of basic foods with them, maybe watch them cook, and maybe they can help you out. Cooking is really is much easier than you would think. There's a lot of basic meals. A lot of the meals that you cook, a lot of it just basically consists of boiling water and putting the food that you're cooking into the boiling water and have it heat up in the boiling water. Like corn on the cob, spaghetti, rice, chicken, eggs, soup. It all takes that easy approach. You know, like cooking soup, for example, you just get a bag of soup, like vegetables, frozen vegetables at the grocery store, and put it into boiling water, and just wait about 10 minutes, and you got yourself some soup. It's pretty simple. You know, of course, you can, get frozen foods you cook in the microwave. That's always easy. But I'd recommend cooking, like learn how to cook some more healthy meals, like that require cooking, and it's really not too hard. Another thing I've learned to help prepare for independent living, this is really important, is learning how to be organized and meet deadlines. Sometimes that could be a struggle. This has always been a struggle with me. I always tend to forget things unless I write things down. And writing a to-do list, like using a planner or calendar, or even using your cell phone. They got most new cell phones, smartphones these days have calendars on them where you can write a deadline on a specific day, and then it can remind you using a buzzer. I find that helpful. sometimes if I, like say my cell phone was broken, I need to remind myself, sometimes you can use a timer, like a kitchen timer that could, you could set it for like 15 hours and it will go off at a certain time and it will remind you like, oh yeah. Post-it notes, just find whatever way that works with you to learn how to meet deadlines and to be organized. Everybody's different, everybody has their own method of being organized, and it's good to learn which method works for you. Another thing is just, this may sound kind of not so important, but it actually is learning how to keep your house clean when you live at a house. Believe me, it is important. If you don't clean your house, things happen. Roaches come, viruses will start breeding around the house, and also a messy house is not good for your mind. It will make you feel more drawn out energy-wise, and you'll be more disorganized, and it's not good. Being clean has more power than you realize, so it's good to be in the habit of keeping clean and let that be part of your organization to-do list. Another important thing is learn how to budget money. It's really, budgeting money sounds more scary than it really is. It's really simple. It's basically you just basically write on a list of piece of paper, or you can organize on your computer, or just use on a lined piece of paper. Just write down your expenses that you would pay for every month, like your utilities, household rent, and grocery shopping, gas. Write down that, and then leave a little space of extra money you use for free that could be used if you can't meet the more important expenses as a buffer. It helps you stay organized with your money and helps you prevent you from running out of money and knowing how much to spend. It's a good responsibility thing, and it keeps you from keeping your house. It's always good to put your household utility expenses and learning to always pay for the household expenses monthly, such as electric bill, water bill, the rent. It's really not that complicated. It's really those three things you basically got to worry about if you live on your own and live an independent life. If you live in your house, that's basically all you need to remember. Or if you have a car payment, add that to the list. It only gets more complicated if you have property assets, and if you own an RV or a boat, it gets there's more expenses you got to pay. But if you live in your house and just have a car, an apartment, or rent a house, it's really, you just have to worry about rent and utilities. I recommend practicing these four things, these things that I mentioned, and it's good to practice in front of your parents, because it'll show that you're serious about and ready about living an independent life, and they'll trust you more, and you'll trust yourself more, and your parents will give you feedback, and then when they see that you're doing that, they'll support you with your independent life and help you out, help attain that goal. So it's always good to practice. So just in summary, learn how to organize and meet expense deadlines, learn how to use basic household appliances, learn how to cook basic food, keep house clean, budget money, and also one other thing I didn't mention is learning how to grocery shop for basic needs, such as toiletries and food. But that's pretty simple. Well, I hope this was helpful, and thanks for watching.